Hey, Overcomers. My name is Yvonne Bentley. I'm a faith coach helping others to change their minds so that they can begin to see their world change around them. You are not defeated. You are not a victim, but you are truly an overcomer. And how you're an overcomer? By knowing that you were created to take dominion. Yes, Genesis 1:26 and 27 tells you that. And it's by having a mind like Christ that is a true overcomer. So, I just want to do this video really quick. I get a couple of questions about being vegan, why I went vegan, questions about my skin, maybe even what I eat. And first of all, let me just share this. This is not a video to condemn anybody if you are living or eating another lifestyle. I just want to be very transparent in my own story and what has happened since I've taken meat out of my life, why I am so committed and consistent and never putting meat back into my life. So, just to be honest, today makes 5 months since I've been vegan. And honestly, I've wanted to be vegan for 5 years. And I say that for you to understand that it's mind over matter. And the greatest thing that's going to help you to stay with that mind of understanding why you're doing what you're doing is your why. You have to have a why. Why are you doing what you're doing? So why am I vegan? So for 8 years, when 8 years ago, I started incorporating fasting into my life. And when I incorporated fasting into my life, it was the 21-day Daniel fast. On the 21-day Daniel fast, which really consists of like a raw vegan diet, that was the way that I was eating it. It was like raw vegetables and things like that. Barely cooked things until I started incorporating. And it's like, wait, I can eat more stuff on this 21-day Daniel fast. So what I noticed, I studied myself for 8 years. The Bible says to study to show thyself approved. I studied myself. I studied the thoughts that I had. I studied my creativity. I studied how I was more in tune with myself. I studied just how I responded. I studied just being so aware of myself and being honest with myself when it came to good, bad, or negative. One of the greatest things. I studied and I noticed my connection with the Most High in my relationship was just so beautiful. So I can go on and on, right? I noticed that I was more obedient to where I was being led to instead of fighting it and allowing fear to stop me from where I was being led. So last year when I went to the doctor, I was told that I had fibroids, right? Before then, I would go on a couple of vegan trips. The furthest I got past was like almost 2 months or maybe 2 months with no meat, right? And then I would go back to the meat. And so I said to myself, okay, um, I feel like last year started to become more clear as far as me being called, a calling to be a holistic healer. And so my thing is, I'm like, if I'm called to this, then I need to be able to live the lifestyle. Not only that, I want to be better, healthier, right? I know women who have, had surgery, a couple of even loved ones to get rid of fibroids. But in my spirit, within me, it was like, you're going to do this a different way. You have women who are afraid to have surgery, who may not have the insurance to have it. So I started studying myself, and I noticed that when I took dairy, when I took meat out, that my monthly cycles were not as heavy, which meant that I was not putting stuff in my body that was actually feeding the fibroids, right? Also, I noticed, and I was talking to somebody about this the other day, I noticed that, first of all, okay, unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with thick thighs, big booties, slim waist, and all that. That's just not my body portion, right? But I noticed that when I don't intake meat in my body, that my body is it's more portionate, right? I'm more top heavy. I always had a big chest, and all that kind of stuff. But I noticed that my body is more portionate when I don't put meat in my body. When it comes to my skin, people always ask about my skin. did my skin clear up? Yes, my skin did clear up, but you have to understand your skin is the largest organ in your body. So if you have breakouts in your skin, I definitely believe that meat, you're going to see a difference from taking it out. But also understand that when we have breakouts on our skin, that it is also an indicator that something is going on within. So it could be something surpassed the food. So always pay attention to the breakouts on your skin and things like that. Like I have a little bit some breakouts now, but I still, I'm like, okay, so reward what's going on because this is on my skin. But my skin has cleared up tremendously being vegan. There's such a different, like a glow or whatever. Let me see some other questions people ask. So again, I always focus on my why. A lot with my life has to do with my mother being my why. My mother passed at 43 of breast cancer. So I've been studying, I've been researching as far as like different meats that have linked to like carcinogens in it that leads to cancer. So can I be transparent, y'all? I have been studying for years. I have been wanting to live such a healthy lifestyle, and it a lot again from my mother. I picked up a eating habit, just overeating, when I was molested at a young age, and so I knew all of that was tied to, and I was just like, you know, what in the world? I don't want to eat like this. Like the eating, putting stuff in my body was not me. Not only that, one thing that I really, really learned about this self is that how you treat your health is a great reflection of how you love yourself. And I don't claim to know everything, but I do want to share with you for what I have learned. And this is still a journey I'm on. But what I mean by that is this year I consciously really start asking, studying myself, right? Seeing how different foods make me feel when I put it in my body. But okay, Ivor, if you knew that you got a response when you ate this before, and if this made you feel sluggish, if it made you feel tired, if it brought on fear, because some of your foods bring on fear. I study myself, and I've noticed that if it brings on anxiety, do you love yourself enough to say, I don't care how good it tastes, I don't care what the indulgence is going to be like, but I love myself to not want to experience the bad effect that is going to be on me, right? Because I want to always be operating in the best version of myself if I am conscious of that. And that's the biggest thing about being vegan. It's caused me to be so conscious of me, so conscious of decisions I make, who I let in, who I don't let in, how I treat people. I'm so more mindful in being conscious of really wanting to do right by people. Now I'm gonna speak truth, so I realize people just gonna get offended by some things that I say, but I've been so conscious of wanting to speak things in love, mainly because that's who I know Ivor to be. That's what I want Ivor to reflect. So, long story short, if you're thinking about being vegan, just remember this, that your body is your vehicle, right? So whatever you put in your tank, you have to look at food like fuel, like your car, right? If you want to take care of your car, you want it to run good and everything like that, you have to do the same for your body. So I hope this encourage anyone if you need help when it comes to changing your mind, because your mind is your biggest thing, right? You have to, again, like, honestly, it probably wouldn't have taken me 5 years if I was more serious about changing my mind when it came to food and personal development and just being honest. But I wasn't clear on my why. Can I be honest? I wasn't clear on my why. But now that I'm clear on my why, I know that this has to be my lifestyle, right? So make sure you're clear on your why. But if you need any help with that and changing your mind and getting you on the route to the life that you desire, please do go to VoraBentley.com to book a free consultation. So I hope this helped and encourage anyone else. And again, like I said before, remember how you treat your health is a direct reflection of how you love yourself, whether you're aware of that or not. Have a great day.